If you're watching this video, and I assume that you are, I make another assumption, and that is that you've just watched me perform my newest song called Three-Legged Dog. And with the title of a song like that, it sounds like it'd be some kind of novelty, like this is just sort of a joke. This is so ugly of a song title, who would even listen to a song called Three-Legged Dog? Well, turns out there's a lot of philosophy in here, and this is not a joke in any way to me. Let's go ahead and dive into the lyrics of Three-Legged Dog, find out why I wrote this song, what inspired me to write this song, and we will understand the greater meaning of this song. Three-Legged Dog, opening line, karma's crap. Simple fact, we don't get what we deserve. What goes around comes around is just another broken myth you've heard. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, no matter what you do. You decide, you assign, emotion goes wherever you tell it to. So this opening verse is clearly about emotional intelligence. Bad things are gonna happen to you even if you perceive yourself to be a good person, you think that you're a good person, bad things will still happen. Those things will make you stronger. And I love the opening line though, karma's crap, because that is an antithesis, I feel, to especially American society, especially millennials. Like, I'm a good person, good things happen to good people, and bad things happen to bad people. And the pre-chorus says the opposite. Good things happen to bad people all the time. Bad things happen to good people, and it doesn't seem right. And it doesn't seem right. But that's reality. So when bad things happen, we get to decide how we assign that emotion to it. We get to decide that and to determine whether we're going to make a better situation out of this. Like me filming a song on a Monday morning before work when it's raining. That thunder could have happened during the song. Fortunately, it didn't. Fortunately, good things happen to bad people too. Notice what I just did. I don't assume that I'm a good person. I try to be, but I feel like it's a setback if I go around thinking that I'm a good person, because it still leads me to that weakness of thinking, I'm a good person, good things should happen to me. The actual chorus. There's just one thing happier than a three-legged dog. That is one that's still got four legs and hasn't lost one yet. If you ask me, it's more obscene than a four-letter word if you believe you can't be as happy as the dog that has three legs. Now, if you happen to be a fan of Louis C.K., who I definitely am. I saw him when he came here to Nashville live a few years ago. And you've seen every episode of his show, Louis, which I have. There's one where he talks to a doctor the doctor has a three-legged dog. And he says, look at this dog. Have you ever seen anything happier than a three-legged dog? What's happier than a three-legged dog? And the answer was a dog with four legs. He's like, but this dog with three legs couldn't be any happier. Look at his face. He's well taken care of. He has plenty of attention, plenty of food, shelter. He's taken care of. And he's happy. If he had four legs, he'd be happier, but he can't be any happier than he already is beyond that fact. So this was inspired by an episode of Louis C.K. Moving on to the second verse. Just be yourself. That doesn't help. It only holds you back. You must evolve for you to solve the slight majority of your problems. Don't be yourself. Be someone else. You got to read the room. You're not enough. You must become what this story is soon to make of you. So again, an antithesis about what we heard in elementary school. This is wisdom of a 40-year-old man. You know, I'm writing these songs as a 40-year-old man. Actually, yeah, I wrote it right about a week after I turned 40. And just be yourself. That's what you're told in elementary school and junior high. And to some degree, it's true, but when you're younger, you don't know who you are. You can't know who you are. You haven't figured out what you're good at, and you haven't figured out what you're bad at yet. So it's hard to know what yourself actually is, other than the concept of don't do something just because everyone else is doing it. That's really probably the better marketed motto there. But as far as being yourself, it's hard to know, because sometimes you need to evolve into a different version of yourself. As I said, read the room. If you act one way and you're one version of yourself to all people around you, no matter who it is, that's going to definitely hold you back. That's going to cause you, it'll lead to failure. Because as the book Dale Carnegie teaches, what is it called? How to Win Friends and Influence People. You have to find out what motivates other people, and you have to speak to that. You have to become that version of you that they need so that you can actually be more successful in what you do. So reading the room is very important. Being yourself, that's going to really hold you back. most people need a different version of who you are. You expand on who you are, you evolve to become that. But I say, you're not enough. Yeah, you're not. Not until you become what this story is going to make of you when, quote, but bad things happen to good people. So totally just trashing this concept of just being yourself, totally trashing the concept of karma existing. You know, if you're good, then what goes around will come around, and it'll be good for you. On a trivial note, I am curious if the videos with the song lyrics in it will be demonetized because of the word crap. That would be very funny to me because I don't curse in my videos, and crap is like an old-fashioned curse word at this point. But I wanted to use it specifically. I wanted to take an old-fashioned word and put it in the very beginning of a song, just to kind of rewind us back to that point in time when we were being told that karma exists and good things have to be. Like, I wanted to use a word that goes with that. I wanted to use alliteration. Rhyming is important, sure, but alliteration, starting words with the same letter, karma's crap, like, I like that concept. And trivia, crap is a word that's not used very often in music. I mean, off the top of my head, I can think of about 3 songs that have that word in there, and I can think of a lot more that use other words. Off the top of my head, Metallica, the 3rd track on their Black album, he says something like, the crap that rolls out your mouth, talking about everything they're saying is a lie. So they've got that song, Holier Than Thou. There's Beverly Hills by Weezer, something about his car is a piece of crap. And then going back to the 70s, Paul Simon had a song called Kodachrome, talking about the crap that he did in high school. So there's 3 off the top of my head. But it's a lot easier to find songs with other versions of the word compared to that one. So that was very intentional that I use that word. But I am curious if I'll be demonetized for saying that word. It's funny because I never know as a YouTuber what's going to get me in trouble and keep sponsors away. Despite much popular YouTubers having profanity-laden videos, and they still don't get demonetized. It's interesting. It's kind of the Wild West when you're a YouTuber. But this goes back to the same concept. Do I deserve better? Do I deserve to not be demonetized for this video? In reality, my songs get very little views compared to the other videos that I do anyway. So it's not like I'm losing a whole lot of money off the concept. But it is something that I think about, and I think it's interesting since you have spent 8 minutes of your life to understand why I wrote this song called 3-Legged Dog. So there you go. Nothing about it is a novelty to me. It's something that I take very seriously. It's a life motto, goes against what culture teaches, goes against especially my generation. Technically, I'm the oldest of the millennial generation. Technically, I really count myself more as the Oregon Trail generation, kind of between the millennials and Generation X. But I think this is very important information. Once you grow up and once you become an adult, you find out this stuff is reality. Someone being real and straight with you, this is reality. You're welcome if that helps. Your comments belong right here.